Plastic Man, number 3, Eel O'Brien, is going to be a damn hero. He was bluffing with the bad guys, the Cabal, to try and save the kid, but they don't buy it. So he has to go all superhero and start fighting them properly. And meanwhile, the girls from the strip club are investigating to see that this person he is supposedly murdered. They're looking into that and they're trying to figure that out. Matt, you're reading this. Everyone's reading
No,
this.
I didn't have time for
You didn't
this
read
one.
it? Oh, Car, did you
No,
read it?
I saved it for last.
I
by the
read
time
it, yeah.
came
Oh,
out.
good. Someone read it
So,
other than me. Nice. So, did you enjoy this issue?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid.
good.
Continuing the trend, some fun action stuff. We've got some nice shape changing antics going on.
Yeah.
It's this book proves to be very inventive with its shapes.
There's a whole Harley sequence where he's trying to impress Man-Bat with going through various iterations of Harley Quinn, and he's like, no pants, long pants, no pants, long pants, but nothing.
Yeah.
And he's basically
He's
switching.
going.
He's switching between the classic animated Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad movie Harley Quinn, in the blink of an eye. It's just fun stuff. It's fun stuff. And what's Sammy, the guy who betrayed him? He once he learns about Plastic Man, he's got this girlfriend singer who's trying to get to sing in a club, and she looks the part. She's got the glamorous dress on, she's got the big hair, and then she starts singing, and everyone's like, there's glasses shattering at the bar because she's that bad.
I really appreciate, whenever there's singing, you always get the music notes. That's a common thing in comics, but here the music notes are all like squiggly and shattered to give it that effect of just no, it's awful.
They're distorted, yeah. But he actually at the end he brings her to Ace Chemicals and tries to recreate how Plastic Man get created. He's like, "Hey, honey, if this doesn't work, I'm sorry," and then he shoots her next to the chemicals. That's how we end the issue. It's super dark.
It is.
It's like he wants to do
I don't know
it.
why we're laughing.
He clearly wants to do it to himself, but he's testing it on her first, just to make sure it works. So
I feel like that this is going to end badly, because if it does work, she's going to hate him and come after him, and she's going to have powers.
Yeah.
It's a really ill thought out plan.
So during the fight at the start, though, Plastic Man's fighting all the bad guys, and he actually grabs the girl and holds her in the air, like up really high. He stretches his arm out, so he's holding her really high in the air. But he gets zapped with these shockers. That I actually really like the effect when he gets zapped with this at full force. You get all these sort of spikes coming out of his face. It's a really nice touch. But
I did appreciate when he was lifting up the girl. This rescue is so wang.
Yes. There's a lot of wang and things going on in this issue.
God, Simona's determined to get that over.
It's so wang. But then he notices his hand. He's like, "Shit! I dropped the girl," and he starts fighting. He fights more and more, and he gets really worried that he turns into a big hammer. He's fighting them with various stretchy
when we
effects.
say turns into a hammer, we mean his head is the hammer's head as well. Not like it turns his hands into hammers.
Oh no, his entire body. Yes, the body of the hammer is his body, and then the head is his head.
Yeah,
He's just done a hammer. But the heartwarming thing here is that Man-Bat actually saves the kid from falling to her death, and brings the kid in, and he's all thankful, and he's like, "Oh, this is kind of neat. This is almost like, because this is set in the past, so it's almost like a nice little foreshadowing that Man-Bat will be a good character later. This is the start of his heroic turn, I guess." So that's kind of again, the art is really good. I never mentioned actually, Gil Simone wrote this, and Adriana Mello did the art. It's consistent with the previous issues, but it's so expressive. That close up of Eel's eyes at one point with his goggles on, where he's just like, "I'm rubber and you're the glue." Like he's talking about the villains, he's coming for them. And then of course he does the stilt walk with the kid, because of course he does.
It does, and to try and cheer her up, does butt face.
And does butt face, yeah, yeah. And the
then
kid
she says, "Stop, you gross wang."
Yes.
So wang is an insult as well as something can be wang.
Well, it feels like wang's one of those words that can just mean anything.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the F word.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and he changes into a fancy suit because he's getting serious now.
Hang on, you've missed the fact that he gets bored of the stilt and turns into a pony.
I'm sorry, yes, I glossed over the pony, and the kid's so embarrassed. She's just pulling her hood down over her face. Like, this is so embarrassing. This is humiliating.
It's like My Little Pony style pony with the big massive eyes and like sparkles coming out of it.
But in Plastic Man colours, because Plastic Man.
Yeah.
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 And he's in talks with the agent who was trying to like recruit him, and she's like, "Oh, we've got a list of potential suspects that are behind the cabal, but we don't know for sure." And there's a bunch of recognizable names on there. You know, Vandal Savage, Blockbuster, Cheetah's on there, Black Manta, bunch of normal, faces. And yeah, but it gets back to the strippers or the dancers, and they're like, yeah, but we looked into this, and there was some weird alien writing in one of the photographs that the witness had from the murder scene. So they believe that you didn't kill anyone, but they're helping investigate.
Yeah.
There's a really neat little line here where the kid says, "You keep calling me her, and I haven't decided yet," which I thought was an interesting little inclusion.
Yeah, and his response, "Hey, kid, be what you want. Be what you want. That's what I do."
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him do whatever the hell he wants for 3 issues here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a neat touch. The kid might just be at that right age that maybe they're thinking about that. And
So as right now they're non-binary,
yeah,
and we've seen a lot more of that representation in comics. I think it was even Gail Simone and Batgirl.
Yes,
Yeah, the roommate.
Roommate was trans, so
yeah,
it makes sense that Simone's gonna try.
Simone's
to
making
that.
it a personal effort, clearly.
yeah.
Well, there's that, and what better character to broach that subject with than Plastic Man?
Yeah, Plastic
No,
Man.
it's true. We have 2 pages at the start where he is Harley Quinn, right?
Yeah, he can literally shift gender to his heart's desire whenever he wants.
Right.
So, and then we get the ending with the Ace Chemicals thing. So that was the issue. I'm still having a blast with this, but I think Simone's sense of humor for the character, and this sort of heroic journey where he's like, you know what, I've always taken the easy way out. I've always not given a shit. Now I'm going to give a shit. Like it's not that original a story, but it's working really well for Plastic Man and our
because it's got all that comedy as well that stops it. Because this could be a really dry, boring story. Because like you say, yeah, we've seen it before, but it's the comedy that gives it its edge.
And
it's all really pulpy. I think having villains who are called Sammy and wear zoot suits and they have clubs with like classic big lounge singers and all that. I feel like it fits the pulpy noir tone that we're going for here, and I think that works. So no, I'm having a blast. What are you rating it, Connor?
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I can concur with that. Give it an 8 too.